Gary told us out in GameStop.
What line? What line is it?
It's for Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, the Master Universe Classics.
Yeah,
Dom, I got one coming, so don't sweat it if you really want.
No. Yeah, I've seen new Masters of the Universe stuff hitting like GameStops when I walk in. So I was like, hoping maybe, if I see it in the GameStop, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the one mall here, the Crossgates Mall, has one of those. It has a GameStop and a ThinkGeek like store in it. Yeah, so they've had a lot of, not the battle lines, but they've had a lot of the tail end, Motu Classic stuff, and they're the ones who had the San Diego the Ermac, right, with the red one that I gave you. Mm-hmm. And at a cheaper price than like all the online stores. And they had the Tekken guy from San Diego at the time. So I kind of just keep watching when I'm in there, but I'll check it again because chances are they'd probably
get. Is that place like, I've never seen a ThinkGeek? Is it like loaded with toys? Like, is it like jam-packed with toys, or is it separated and like kind of?
No, it is all toys. It's all collectible stuff. It's almost like what you think BBTS might look like if they had a brick and mortar store.
But is it like GameStop?
They don't have hot toys, but they have like
how they have like walls and walls of toys, like it just jam packed and everything. Or is it separated? Nice.
No, it's separated. Like they'll put Marvel Legends together. They'll put they've got like clothing articles, like hats and stuff like that. They've got the video game themes. They'll have a Star Wars section. They'll have a Transformers section.
Okay, cool.
The NECA area, with all that stuff. The Super 7 will have their stuff together. They have some, glass display cases with like statues and stuff like that. But they don't have hot toys. They don't have any 1/6 scale stuff. But it's a good store to go look at because it's not like FYE. How they have like electronics and like other novelty stuff and records and movies and all that kind of crap. And then some toys, it's like just all collectible stuff. Gotcha. So it's actually a neat store to look into, to tell you the truth, this day and age.
And Dom, I've seen reports of that battle lion at Barnes and Noble.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
$30.
I'll stop in there.
I forget that Barnes and Noble's sells action figures. Like you go find import stuff in there, right? Like figure arts.
Figure arts. Like a lot of figure art stuff.
All the Micho movie realization stuff.
Yeah, that's in there.
Marvel and the Star Wars.
Even those model kits, the Star Wars model kits and stuff like that.
Are the prices pretty decent? Like, or is it basically what you'd expect to find at like a normal?
You can take advantage of like the sales. Like the sales is what's good with Barnes and Nobles because they'll do like a 20% off sale, and if you have a membership, you get another 10%. So you can get like 30% off when they do those sales.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And sometimes they'll throw like coupon sales. Like they'll throw like here's a 20% off toy coupon collectible, and you take that coupon. I think it's like $50 for a membership a year, I guess, like for Barnes and Nobles or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one in the mall. That was. There's a Barnes and Noble, like usually like in the mall, like where I usually go to the movies, or where there's like where there used to be a Toys R Us and stuff, and I never would ever think to like go to the Barnes and Noble to check for figures, and I always should have, because I know like I think the one time I did, I remember seeing stuff in there. Just never thought to go back.
I pick most of my like the Star Wars artifacts, the stuff I pick up there because they'll clearance that shit sometimes, and you can get it for real cheap.
The artifacts, that's the Kotobukiya statues?
Yeah, Kotobukiya stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I had gotten a couple of the DC statues for that one. I think I got.
They have like a wave coming out, which is like more cartoon. One for Kotobukiya, Artifacts Plus stuff for Marvel. Looks really good.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
And they're supposed to, like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, JD, like they're supposed to all connect too. Like the bases are supposed to all connect, and you have like a OG like X-Men cartoon series.
That I don't know.
Yeah, like it's on BBTS. I think
I don't do the artifact stuff.
It's on BBTS, and I think like the Jubilee and Gamut that sold out already.
Has anybody seen on BBTS that it's expensive to put them all together, but they have a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon statues?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been tempting, but it's going to cost like $1,000 to get like all of them together.
Yeah.
They're like $1.25 a piece, and there's like 8 of them, I think, together. But
they look cool. They do look cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to the Mythic Legions and live through them, I think, for that series.
That's what I've been. That's what I've been retro watching. I've been at night. I've been watching some Dungeons and Dragons at night. I started like episode 1, and I've been going through it. They're all on YouTube. It's really
on
crazy.
YouTube, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you? You guys, I don't want to be that guy, but did you know how they never finished the series, but you can listen to the audio version of what the final episode was supposed to sound like when they finally got home?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the DVD set came out probably 8 or 9 years ago, and it's not animated, but there's they give you like a written storyboard, and it they had the actors come back and actually voiced and did their characters just as a voiceover, like a radio show. Or a podcast, I guess, nowadays. And it's just interesting because it was kind of, had some closure to the series, which was kind of cool because that was one of those shows. I always felt so disappointed as a kid because, you never see him get back home,
Yeah, like every fucking mission is like a tease for them. I'd be fucking pissed.
Yep.
A dungeon master. I'd be like, fuck you, motherfucker.
They never get back home. That happened in Quantum Leap too, I think, in the final episode. I think that's the word.
That was a good show, Quantum Leap.
Yeah. Dr. Sam Beckett never returned home.
Yeah, that was
like,
really
damn,
good show.
it's fucked up.
That used to come on right before like Golden Girls and all that shit that used to pop on that late night.
Yeah, I dug that one. It was a good one. Yeah, so all right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Breaking the Mold. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Happy New Year.
Listening. Happy
Merry New Year.
Yay. So, yes. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. We are back. This is kind of like our anniversary show. Our anniversary is January 2nd. And, we've been doing this a year, guys. Longer than that with the ROC Hangouts and stuff like that. But officially being here, Breaking the Mold, 1 year. So we just want to say thank you to everybody that's out there watching, listening, and that has been a part of this show. We really, really appreciate that. With that said, let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. I'm Hurricane BX. First up, Energon Addict. How you doing tonight, Pop?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Happy New Year. Happy Tuesday. Happy 1 year anniversary. Just all around fucking happiness right there.
Yeah, man.
Happy.
It feels like I haven't seen you guys in a while.
It's been a long
I guess
time.
because it's been 2 weeks, but 2 weeks these days seems like a long time when you see these guys every week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm recovering, man. I threw a little get together, last minute thing. I invited a few couples over. But they didn't leave until 3:00 in the morning.
Wow.
It was low key. It wasn't like we were out wilding out, taking shots at that time. Everybody was still drinking, but we were playing Uno, and I never played Uno. Like I didn't. I must have played it like in elementary school, but I forgot how to play.
Dude, he gets
So
vicious. Draw 4, motherfucker.
Yeah,
It does.
Yeah,
It gets
yeah,
violent.
yeah,
He's right.
yeah.
Brian's right.
and so I'm like relearning the game and shit, and I could have won probably a good 3 or 4 times. We only played about 5 games, and I just kept forgetting to say Uno out. So I would be like, Uno, sit back, and they're like, no Uno. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, like, give me a break. I don't know how to fucking. They were ruthless. They didn't give a fuck. They were like, this is the 3rd time we tell you the same thing. We got to say it's out. Like, that's all you got to do. And I was like, so I'm a sore loser. So, but it was still a good time. We had Riddler Circle was here with his new wife. Ian got married. I don't know if everybody knows that, but
He already got married.
yeah,
Nice.
Yep. They just said they're gonna have an official like wedding reception one day, probably in 2020. But yeah, man, he got married about 2 weeks ago on a Monday. Yeah.
That's cool.
I always knew he was.
I kind of did that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I always knew he was a smart guy, man. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, she's a good girl too, man. She's real. She's a lot of fun. She was here yesterday. She's starting to get to know me a little more. You know how I get, and I say some really weird shit. You know what I mean?
Well, now they're married, she has to accept you now.
Yeah, exactly. and she got the full effect because the whole crew was here yesterday. It was basically like the guys I used to work with and chill with outside of work. Half of us don't even work at the same place no more, but so it was all of us, and we all act like little kids. You know what I mean? Like we're just everything's like, oh, that's what she said, or some kind of perversion or some kind of fucking sick joke, and she was just like, "Oh my god, this is what you guys are really like." And I'm like, man, just wait a little longer. And sure enough, by like 2 a.m., she got the full effect of some of us, and she was just like, she couldn't stop shaking her head and laughing at us all. But really good time. Really good time.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff. So recovering, are you back to work tomorrow? Are you off today?
Yeah, nah, man. I was off today and back to work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I had to work till 3 on Monday too. So I didn't get much of a break. I had to literally come home, clean, cook, and prep, for everybody coming. So by the time 3 a.m. hit, I took like a 2-second shower and fucking just hit the sack. I was out. Lauren said I was snoring within like 3 minutes. So
that's a good day though, man. That sounds like a good day.
Yeah.
Good times. All right. Next up, the analyzer, Brian Brink. How are you?
I'm good. What's up, guys? And like Dave said, man, 2 weeks, too long. I missed you fellas.
Yep.
And my New Year's, I went to my friend's house. It's a guy I've known since 2003, I guess, or whatever. And he throws a New Year's Eve party every year. And, specifically I have to thank this guy because he rescued me from my old job and got me where I am now. So it's a huge blessing.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I leave. I don't stay till 3 like your friends did, Dave. But I do stay late. He's an hour away from me, and the roads can be precarious as far as the traps that the coppers set up. So basically, I stop drinking at 11, leave there like 1:30, and by that time, all the drunks are off the road and all that other stuff. So it's much safer. Just gotta look out for deer, really. So it's nice, but good time. I'm so super happy that Kathy Griffin isn't on any of the New Year's Eve shows anymore because I just can't stand her. And I do miss the Dick Clark puppet though that they used to have. When he was getting really old. I don't know if you guys watched his Rockin' Eve show, but it definitely looked like he was a hand puppet. That's kind of cruel and mean, but maybe I'll start that New Year's resolution tomorrow and not be so mean. Christmas was good too, Dom. I have to tell you, my Christmas was very low key. It was just me, my brother, and his wife, and there are no videos to accompany. So I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sure you could have put something together.
My brother was under the weather. He caught my cold for 2 weeks. That when we hung out a week or so before that. So, yeah. Oh well.
Oh well, that one from Thanksgiving. It was so good that'll keep us all warm till next year. Basically, that was awesome. All right, Big Dom, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
What's happening?
Not much. Enjoyed. I went to Long Island for New Year's. I was at my sister-in-law's house. So her whole family goes, and we had a good time. She had like a friends and family party, so there was a bunch of us.
Yeah. Do you guys do the whole like dinner, eating dinner kind of like late and stuff and just waiting for the ball to drop? Yeah,
like we ate, like the food came out like around 7:30, and then you basically eat, and then desserts come out around like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then we kind of wait for the ball to drop, and champagne, fireworks, all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So. Nice. What time did your thing start, Dave?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. All right.
Yeah, people probably started coming in around 8:30, 8:45. Yeah. I had some friends that didn't get there till like 10:30.
You know how that goes. If you want them to show at 8, you say it starts at 7.
The part that bothers me the worst is I want everybody to eat. I'm very generous when it comes to that. Like, you're gonna come to my house, you're not leaving hungry, But motherfuckers, you're gonna get here at 10:30 and expect to eat what everybody else ate. Like, I'm not gonna put food to the side for you, I didn't think people were that hungry. So by like 9:30, like a lot of shit was gone. I had to fucking find the supermarket that was open because everything closes early. Mm-hmm. Let alone I went and I had to find a pizzeria that was open. All the pizzerias closed at 8 o'clock. on New Year's, and but I didn't know this. That was like news to me. I'm like, the fuck? Don't they want to make money? This is New York. So I had to find a pizzeria that was probably a good 2 miles away, and cross my fingers that it was decent because I never ate there before.
Yeah,
and it was. But but that's my main thing, man. You're gonna get to a party late, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Don't expect to fucking eat. I'm just saying, like, you better have eaten already. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come fucking hungry. But I still made sure everybody has some food.
Dave, I remember that about you. I remember when you had that party and like Eric and Jose and Dom were there and Gary, yeah. And God, you had it like catered and had tons and tons of food. I heard.
Yeah, man, and this time I didn't even do that. I cooked myself, and all I bought was the pizza that was extra. But it's just like my mom raised me like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna have people at your house, the least thing you could do is feed them. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. I made Energon just in case anybody didn't bring their own alcohol because I told them what I was making.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody went for it. That stuff goes, because it's already pre-mixed for them. They ain't gotta work. They just go fill up some ice.
Exactly.
My one boy. I gotta tell this quick story, guys. I'm sorry I'm taking up Dom's time, but fucking, I have a boy named Rich, right? My boy Rich is
it's the first fucking of the new year.
He's like a big kid. Like, he's like a baby. I think, Gary, you've spoken to him before, right? Like,
who's that?
My buddy Rich.
I don't know.
He's the blackest white guy in the world, and I'm like, did you whatever? You have. I remember.
Like, what? Who?
So look, this kid Rich, right? He was calling my drink the Energon. He kept calling it Ron juice from Jersey Shore, right? Because that's like the drink that they make. Oh, this Ron juice got me lit. I'm so lit off. He just kept saying it all night. Before this hat that I'm wearing, I put it on towards the end of the night because fucking hair was getting messed up. Put the hat on. He took it off my head, put it on, and he's going to Ian all night. I'm part of the crew now. I'm the realm. I'm part of the realm. He's going like this with the triangle, like the fucking, like the fucking rock, like fucking Jay-Z shit or whatever. And he just kept doing it all night. I'm like, yo, Rich, shut the fuck up. He's like, could I come to Jersey now? Could I go to Chicago? Like, just on and on. To the point at the end of the night, I still had some friends and family tees here. I gave him one of the t-shirts on the way out. I shouldn't have did that because he puts it on and he's running around my house happy that he's part of the fucking group. I'm like, dude, you don't collect toys, bro. You can't fucking, like, whatever. Be happy. He was ecstatic. It was just a fucking funny thing.
Dude.
I wish I could have recorded it and put it in the group, but
Dave, you could totally trick them and just send them an invoice for dues. Be like, dude, now that you're in,
right? Exactly.
You have to pay $50 a month.
I like that.
Yeah. We could really get the show kind of moving.
Sponsored by.
Let's see how many friends and family teas I still got.
He's gonna be like, I'm out. Oh, nice. So that was cool. Dom, did you do anything like today? Just kind of laid up at home? Did you have to work?
Yeah,
Hopefully you didn't have to work.
I slept over their house, so crashed at their place. And
nice. That's always good when you don't have to worry about after drinking and stuff. You don't have to get back on the road.
I was just
come see me, Dom. He didn't come by.
I know, but it was just I was so tired. I just want to get the fuck home. And then, like,
wait, you were tired? Don't give me shit when it's my turn to do intros.
I didn't fall asleep at fucking 10 o'clock. Okay? I missed the ball from dropping. That's one thing that you have to do once a year. You missed it. I'm just disappointed in you, Gary. And I even text you too, Gary, saying Happy New Year's on fucking 12:05, and I didn't get a reply back. And I was like, everyone
I responded
back to
at
me.
like 3 p.m. today.
Yeah, but I was passed out by 3 p.m. Unless you were in California enjoying their New Year's at 3 p.m. or a.m.
3 a.m.
A.m. Yeah. Oh, sorry, you said p.m. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm still tired, but it was good. Yeah, I got out of work early. They give us a half a day on that New Year's Eve, so I was actually talking to Dave when I was leaving, and basically went home. My wife didn't get off work until like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then we ended up just packing up and going. So, unfortunately, like, you know, my mother-in-law like left her glasses there, and then my sister-in-law left her like her fucking jacket that had her car keys and her like the keys to their store, and so we were the last to leave, and we got a phone call going, oh, can you bring, I forgot this, I forgot that. So I had to like basically drop off everything, you know, drop off my mother-in-law's glasses and drop off the coat at my sister's. So it was a lot of driving.
Oh man,
as much as it was good. Like, you know, driving up there, Christmas, I mean, New Year's Eve was a pain in the ass. There was some traffic. I hate the fucking belt. I hate the fucking southern state. People who live out in Long Island just are damned. Because it's just one road, one fucking road that has no shoulders. And like, if one person gets into an accident, you're just stopping where you are, even if it's like a fender bender. It's just ridiculous.
Good shit. You avoided all that, you know, despite you having to play delivery boy.
Yeah. It was a little bit like right by JFK. There's always a little congestion because of everybody going to the airport and shit. But other than that, it was fine.
Nice.
It was fine, but it was fun. It's fun. I got all the nephews and nieces running around. You know, I have a little niece that's just, you say whatever, like you tell her, like say something, she repeats it exactly the way you said it, and it's just it gets funny after a while because you like my other brother-in-law comes in and I'm like, hey, tell Caps, you know, tell him this, and she'll say it to him, and it's just like everybody starts laughing in the room and shit. It's so funny. You gotta love kids at that age.
Dom's
like,
that uncle.
Yeah, you like corrupt them and like, you know.
Yep.
But I wasn't like, you know, not telling her to say curses or anything, but just wise ass remarks back.
He just wants to make that clear, you know.
Yeah. It's just like wise ass remarks.
All right. Next up, G Money. What's going on, man?
What is happening? Everything is good. Thank you. Same to you guys. It is nice to see. It's you know, it's a couple weeks go by. You kind of miss just the hanging out part of talking here. So it's good to be here. It's Christmas was cool. It was very low key for us. Just you know, my wife and I here. We went to Massachusetts and saw her mom on Christmas Day. I just enjoyed the fact my company's closed on Sundays and we were closed Christmas Eve and Christmas. So I had 3 straight days off, which is nice being closed. Anyone who kind of is in that position knows you're not getting emails and text messages and calls and stuff. You know, it was like total, just kind of like silence for a couple of days. So that was pretty cool. I think I really enjoyed just that type of a break. And then we're unfortunately open New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and we're pretty busy yesterday. So, it was a very low key New Year's for me. It was just us here hanging out and, you know, did my normal routine super early in the morning. And, by 10 o'clock, I was probably asleep, and I think my wife stayed up and back to work today super early. So anyone who knows me, it probably doesn't surprise them.
So you didn't get to watch the Clarks rock in New Year's Eve?
Did not. No. And to be fair, Dom, I've watched it many a time, but you know, I just, I was going to give it a try, and I realized at some point I'm like, nah, it doesn't really matter.
You missed the new kids on the block, man.
Dude, no way, really?
Okay.
Yeah. Step by step. Come on.
Oh shit.
You remember that shit?
Steve Harvey was on Channel 5 with his thing, and there was a few of them going on.
But you can, if you want, Jose, you can come back to me, and I can kind of give an update on the wellness, because it actually did keep me pretty busy these last couple of days of talking about the 2019 Health and Wellness Fitness Challenge. But we can come back to that if you want for a few minutes.
All right.
A little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Cool. All right. JD, what's up, bro?
Hi, people.
What's up, JD?
Hi.
How you doing? You're looking mighty comfortable.
And I'm curious, is that a big sword I see in the front there of your monitor, or are you just really excited to see us?
Oh, both. My sword is excited. Yeah, I'm good. Christmas was pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, it was kind of low key. Wasn't really too crazy. It was like we went to my cousin's place and hung out there for a bit. Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day went to my dad's, and that was weird. And then went to my mom's. My dad, he kind of likes to pay for friends, if you know what I mean. So like he hangs out in a lot of bars, and those are the people that he surrounds himself with instead of.
You saying he had like a hooker? Oh.
No, I mean
lady friend.
That's what I was saying.
That's what a skimpy outfit.
Oh, we went to Dave to say what we're all thinking, but that's good.
Exactly.
it could be. It very well could be.
What did she walk up
Was
to
she
you looking for?
offering you fucking-
Yeah, so
no.
like
No,
put a single in here.
they're all there for him because he's paying. That's
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah. So
Sketches.
yeah.
That's what we used to call.
Sounds like
Call people back in the day. They used to fucking you'd always light them up, but they never fucking had none on it.
Yeah, they always had the Dutch.
Dutch.
They always had a Dutch, but they never had money for the fucking weed. Like,
See, yeah, that was a little
Contribute.
weird. It was a little weird. You know.
I need to hang out with your dad more often.
No. Trust me. You don't. You're not missing anything, Dom.
Okay, cool.
But then, later on we went to my mom's place, had dinner there. It was like my brother and his little gaggle, and Shan and I, and hung out with her son, over the holiday. So it was nice having him around. And then I guess for New Year's. Oh yeah, I want to shout her out because she opened another rabbit hole for me. So I went. Speaking of swords,
I thought that was a cosplay sword.
me too. I heard a sword that he fucking switches around.
No.
What?
So she got me a couple of the Players Kai Final Fantasy figures because I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, like Final Fantasy VII to be specific.
Is that guy compensating for something?
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, she got me a couple of these, and then day after Christmas Day, I went and pretty much spent all my Christmas money.
Wah, 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 wah. Why so sad, JD?
My paycheck. Just 'cause I
spent all my Christmas money already.
I blew a lot of money on like all the other ones that I wanted.
That's what money's there for, JD.
I know.
On the Playard Sky
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Are those pricey like some of the other ones, like some of those designer ones that are like $250, $275?
They're most of them are 150 a pop.
Okay.
There's a couple bigger sets that are $400-500.
How many Final Fantasy figures out there for Playouts Sakai?
There's a bunch, but I just went with like any of them that were from Final Fantasy VII or from Advent Children, and then I found a couple of the summons. So I found Odin with the horse, and that was like $400.
Wow.
And then I found the Behemoth, the big dragon. That was like regular price, but
Did you go into any other line like Star Wars or
no,
no? You just
only
Final Fantasy.
only because I got all these at retail or a little less.
Gotcha.
'Cause they were I either got them at BBTS or straight from Square Enix.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've had a couple of the Marvel, like the Wolverine and the Deadpool.
Yeah.
They're kind of designed, they're stylized, and they're very, very cool. I mean, they have a great presence.
these
But
are.
you're right.
Go ahead.
You
I'm
have to be
sorry.
careful. I was just gonna say you have to be careful though because there's a lot of KOs for them. So you're right.
Oh,
you gotta suck it up and buy it from the reputable place because otherwise they seem to get KO'd like faster than almost anything else. It seems anyway, just in my experience.
That
So
Darth Vader one was like one of the ones I was looking for, and it sold out so fast. And like when I go to toy shows and I see it, it's like I second guess myself buying it because you don't know whether it's going to be a KO or or an actual real one.
But yeah, Chandra got the Darth Maul back at ToyCon or whatever, and then when we went to Baltimore, the Baltimore Comic Con, there was a guy there that had like the Cloud Strife with the bike, and he had a Sephiroth, and he wanted ridiculous money for him. But I got like super excited to like see them firsthand, and she remembered that and ended up getting me a couple of these to start off with, which was pretty cool. Yeah, and we got a bunch of other stuff too, but that was pretty much the highlight. And then New Year's, so we left here Sunday and drove to Bobby and Laura's, hung out there till like 6 the next day to go to Pinkerton's. And thank you to Bobby and Laura and the kids, and we had a wonderful time. Definitely make sure to check out Nerd Rage special features.
Yeah, man, you go to Bobby's. He's gonna put you behind that mic.
Yeah, we had some pretty awesome conversations. So
nice,
and
cool.
Then hung out at the Pinkertons. Thank you to them as well. We had a blast there. Yeah, it was just a good time. And then, today we left around 4-ish. Just kind of putzed around the Pinkerton household and, watched him build and paint some stuff and kind of helped him hand stuff. I was like here you go.
Nice.
Between me and Mason, we're handing him stuff.
His Quasimodo.
Yeah,
yes, yeah, master.
Yeah, master.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice. Got to see a lot of people. A lot of people came in there too for the New Year at the Pinkertons. So got to hang out with the, cool table in the Realm. There were a lot of people. Josh, I don't know how you sleep without a pillow under your head. Like, he holds his head up when he sleeps with his arm. He sleeps on the side and holds his head up. No pillow underneath him. He sleeps and he's going like rocking back, and you're like drifting off and you're doing the head nod thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Is he laying down or is he like sitting in a
He's
chair?
He's
Like the youth addicts on the fucking A train. They just keep fucking. They don't fall, but this.
Yeah, he's laying on his side on the ground, just going.
I thought he was sleeping standing up because considering what happened a couple months ago, he might have learned how to sleep on the toilet. So I don't know.
Oh, got him.
He's in the chat.
Don't flamingos like fall asleep on one leg standing up?
They do actually, yeah. Josh should be a flamingo.
I'm gonna call him a flamingo.
There were no spills. Yes, this is true.
No cold browns. Very good. Very good.
I mean, it might have sounded that way. So I'm hoping not. It was between all the snoring and the farting. I mean, we had Russ and Anna there, so him and Russ, Josh and Russ were battling it out while they were sleeping, snoring and farting. there was a moment where Shannon and I are laying on the couch sofa thing, and we're both like facing each other and have the covers like up over our nose. We're just sitting there looking at each other.
Jose and Gary, doesn't that remind you of the time we put down the same thing?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's interesting because what you're describing, JD, is very similar to Jisk and Dust in the competition that they were having back in the spring, also at the Pinkerton compound.
Yeah, I guess it's something with that basement. It's something with that room,
dude. I don't know, man. I spent the night in a room with Jisk once, and I think that he would win any contest.
Yeah,
When it comes to that.
He'll tell you straight up. He'll tell you straight up.
Yeah.
Fucking, he'll be loud,
Yeah.
you know. So.
Josh is pretty loud. I don't know,
Dude. Fucking, I don't know, man.
I've slept in the same room with Jisk as well, and I don't know. We're just gonna have to test this out at some point.
Dude.
We have to get them both in the same room and let them pass out and see.
Just could put lumberjacks out of business. You just made him sleep in a forest because that son of a bitch can saw some wood, man.
I almost went live in the middle of the night too.
Dude,
As soon as I rolled over to grab my phone, it got all quiet.
You know, I think that setting is a rarity, but yet when it happens, it's probably the closest thing ever to like a time machine, because you can take a bunch of grown adult men, you know, in their 30s and 40s, and suddenly everybody's 8 years old in terms of what they find funny and what they laugh and giggle and noises that they make, and it might as well be like summer camp, you know?
Yeah, we were like,
Yeah.
you awake? Yeah. That's normal.
Interesting.
And then all of a sudden you hear a big. What the fuck was that? Where'd that come from?
Who was it? Who was it?
I just remember laughing so hard.
Exactly.
That shit was funny.
It's like you can tell by whoever laughs the hardest. That's who it was.
Well, Chan and I were the only one laughing. Everybody else was passed out. I don't know. Maybe Gort might have been awake, but I don't know.
It's always the
He was
skinny
awful
guy, bro. That motherfucker was ripping him.
No one would expect me.
Oh man, that's always the what is it? The hazard you have to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like those meetup events, and you're sleeping over.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
But Jose, man, you've had a lot of time off, man. How's it been for you?
Oh man, it's been good. Just been chilling out, keeping it low key here in the casa. You know, just fixing up here. Christmas was low key, just here with Jasenia and her son. She cooked an awesome dinner. It was so good. It's almost like the last hurrah. You know, enjoying that last bit of good food for this challenge. And same thing for yesterday too. Like, you know, we were trying to make sure that we didn't have anything like kind of like bad in the house. You know, and being that this thing was starting today, Tuesday. So we kind of like, you know, went through everything, like the soda, anything that we had in the house. We finished it up pretty much Sunday, and then even like the liquor, like yesterday, we didn't even have really anything for New Year's because we drank it all like early. It wasn't much left. We didn't want to go out and get another bottle because we didn't want to, you know, drink during this competition and stuff. So
yeah.
So New Year's was also kind of like low key. So we kind of just napped out early because we kind of tend to pass out, you know what I'm saying? And wouldn't stay up normally for something like that. So we were just chilling out, and she actually got surprised. It was really cool. Her son showed up literally like 20 seconds before like the ball dropped for 2019. Like we got a knock on the door unexpectedly, and it was her son that was visiting from Texas. She had no clue he was here.
Oh, very cool. That's nice.
Yeah, so that was awesome. So we got to chill out a little bit last night, and then that's been pretty much it. I'm still on vacation for like another week and a day. I go back next Wednesday the 9th. So just enjoying the downtime, man, and because work's been crazy, so I've just been enjoying it. So it's been good to hear all those stories, man. I wish a lot of the family was down in Virginia, so I saw like pictures of them like partying and doing everything. I saw the kids with Christmas with their presents and stuff like that, and then even for New Year's they hung tough, Gary. You know what I'm saying? I saw them throwing confetti at midnight last night. You know, so but it was good times, man, and I've been enjoying vacation, like I said. So yeah. So this wellness challenge, man, I freaking, like I said, everything was kind of done by the weekend. So I was like, damn, freaking this Monday, I got one more day to enjoy, but I didn't really have much to enjoy left in the house. But dude, I'm gonna take this shit serious. It starts today, so let the people out there know what's up.
Yeah, listen, for those of you that kind of listen to the show or follow us in the group, I'm really excited. The final count should be 28 competitors, which I think this is the third year, right, Jose, that we've done it. I know I was part of it last year. I wasn't the first year. And yeah, I think it's probably the highest participation rate that we've had. And again, just to reiterate, everybody who's in it, we updated the group, so it's a safe, controlled group now. It's meaning that you can share as much as you want, and it's really just including the participants in it. And at 28 people at the entry fee, that's like a $1,300 plus first prize for whoever has the highest percentage loss. So yeah, this is high stakes, high reward. I mentioned before, like the main purpose, right, is just to get healthier, get some good momentum and habits, not just for the new year, not just for 30 days, but for all of 2019. We talked about taking care of yourselves, breaking those images that maybe are out there for the collecting community, but being your best self, for yourself and then for your family and the people that care about you. So I'm really excited. Like I said, it's actually been pretty busy because we've cut it off in terms of we've got the group together. Today was the first weigh-in, so my email's been blowing up with people doing their check-ins, and I'm real excited to see the participation in the Facebook group for that, because at the end of the day, everybody's in this together. And the best thing that happens is you have a great prize. The worst thing that happens is you walk away feeling a lot better with just some daily lifestyle changes that will make you feel better, and obviously take better care of yourself. So it's exciting, but yeah, I mean, I'll use that phrase again: high stakes, high rewards, right? I can't think of the quote from Transformers movie, but he's like, when he talks to his son about the wikis or whatnot, but same idea, right? You get it.
No sacrifice, no victory. No
exactly.
Sacrifice, no
there
victory.
You go. Thank you. But yeah, it's really exciting. So everybody that's in the challenge, listen, I encourage you, share things that you learn, struggles, findings, reach out, PM each other for support. It's like I said, it's really just to have some fun, but to take it seriously, because it's important, and life is full of a lot of other responsibilities and things that, we don't have a choice over what we have to take care of, and we distract ourselves with the action figures and the toys and these shows, and they're fun and it's great. But at the same time, it's just really important for people to take care of themselves. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing the progress everybody makes, and it's exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah, and it's going to be even like since it's a 3-month competition instead of 4 months, everything's going to happen a lot quicker, it seems, so, and like you said, there's higher stakes, and you have less time to kind of, there's really kind of like no time to waste almost with this competition. So
you're right. Nope, there's not. And we tried to make it really easy. Last year anyone who knows me in Gary fashion, sometimes I overthink and overcomplicate some stuff. But we kept it super simple. So it's just the weigh in, and that's really it. And I'll do the math and we'll track it. And I'll put the updates in once we have the progress. Check-ins every 2 weeks, but people can share as much as they want. And you're right, Jose. I mean, it like starts immediately. There's no ramping up. There's no, building momentum. It's like you got to get in this and be focused from the beginning, because I know for a fact that some people are super serious about this, and for all the right reasons. And like I said, whatever motivates you is what motivates you. Yeah. And it's got to be, there's not going to be time to waste or bounce back or relapse or miss out. You just got to keep the end goal in mind.
Yeah, well, the money's a nice motivator, and since the competition is over on April 1st, my birthday is April 10th. I'm hoping to win that right before.
Dude, listen, I mean, right? You guys tell me $1,300. Actually, I think it'll be $1,400. 50 goes back to the second place, which is essentially whoever loses the most overall weight will get their entry fee back and a ROC prize package. I'm not, we'll put something nice together for that person. But that leaves a $1,350 first place. I mean, just think about what you can do with that, right? I know we joked that's 3,
Yeah, MP40.
What is it? Yeah, MP44s, right?
You could pay full price. You could pay that for 40.
Dude, $1,300. That's 4 1/6 scale Hot Toys figures, just instant collection. All of a sudden, you're in the Hot Toys game, right?
How many DTOS is it?
I was just gonna say, right? You break it down into DTOS, right? There's your whole shelf life.
That would be
Dave,
that'd be one DTOS full.
Huh?
Right?
What would you do with the money, Dave?
What would I do with the money? I'd furnish my room. Exactly.
Furniture, right?
Yeah, I'd furnish it.
Boom.
Yeah, I do.
You could get some curtains in those windows back there, right?
Yeah, I'm actually like, I wasn't gonna throw this out there, but I'm hoping for another diverticulitis flare up so I can just fucking beat you guys at the end, So I'm hoping at the end of like fucking March, push through with a fucking victory.
Shit out his intestines.
Dave, you know, Dave, you know how to trigger that, man. That's scary. Don't do that, man.
I know, right? Just fucking with you guys.
There goes my liver.
By any means necessary, right? Oh man, yeah. So that's so 12 weeks, man. 12 weeks. That's gonna pass pretty quick. So looking forward to it. I started seriously today. I started and got back on the game. So, and especially, I think it was something to be said. I remember the first time. I think Dom, you won that, right? That first competition.
Yeah, tied. It was
a
tie for first place. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I remember like just kind of like not really giving it my all because I was like, $20. Who cares about $20? But this $50 buy-in, I think, is a good incentive for people to kind of see it through the whole way. And I'm very happy to hear 28 people. That's more than last year. I think we had 23. So that's definitely up from the year before. So very, very happy to hear that.
Yep.
Well.
And last year, Joe H was the main winner.
Yep.
And he took his prize money and shared what's in the box and dived into some 1/6 scale stuff himself. And Jason Y was the one who came in second place and got an ROC hoodie and some other goodies that we put together from the ROC prize vault of different stuff. So. Definitely look forward to seeing, what people put together for themselves this year.
All right. Well, this is day one of 2019, so I'm sure we got a lot of things that we're going to be looking forward to in the coming year. But let's look back on 2018 real quick, guys. And as far as collecting and like, can you guys name like maybe your favorite action figure of 2018, like your top figure of the year?
I got mine. I'll tell you real quick and I'll quit talking because no one wants to hear me talk that much. But
very true.
I know, right? So I've got two. I'm gonna say, and one is thanks to the Analyzer, Brian Brink. Oh. He introduced me to and we've talked a lot the Mythic Legions. It's the Rhaegar figure, and the short story. Is we were at the Spring Toy Con in New Jersey. The Four Horsemen were there. We hadn't got on the Mythic Legions kind of train just yet, but had been looking. This particular character is very reminiscent out of the package of the War Duke Dungeons and Dragons toy from the 80s. Not perfect, but very, very much reminiscent of that. And I really liked it. But Jose was doing me a huge favor, and that's the show I picked up, the SOC Voltron. So I was spending a lot of money already. And I passed on it. Well, Brian picked it up for me, surprised me about 5 weeks later at Skullfest. And it's a phenomenal figure. It's probably one of my favorites in my entire collection across everything. I love the story behind it, and it was the first Mythic Legions that I got. So it's definitely, I think, my top in 2018. And then the other part I'll just say is I commissioned Chris from Crashbox for not necessarily a diorama, but a display piece. And again, anyone who's ever got to know me or listens to me talk, I'm a sucker for the animal companions with your action figures or vehicles. Let's just being kind of a car guy, I like that. And he put together a 1/6 scale compatible van for Deadpool. And the vision I gave him was that very 70s kind of panel van with the mural on the side. And what's awesome is Jisk actually did the artwork for the decals, and he made a nice clean Deadpool van that I've got some Marvel Legends stuff displayed on. And it's important to me because of the process, but it did kind of give me a different thought on how I would do my future display once we're back in a more permanent setting, my wife and I, in terms of how you can accessorize your stuff and really personalize it. So two real cool pieces for 2018 that I'm super psyched to have.
Nice
for me. Yep.
That Rhaegar figure, Gary, that figure, what was it going for at the show? $35, right? I think you guys paid for that. It's going for over $200 on eBay now.
Wow.
It's like one of the hottest figures in the line, so I could see why you like it so much.
Yeah, like I said, it's a great. I love the story. I love the surprise. 'Cause let's face it, this day and age, it's hard for us to get surprised so much anymore. Um, and it's cool because I won't bore everybody with the details, but Brian, you and I had a fun conversation about your original Dungeons and Dragons guy you had at NJCC that one time,
Yep.
and suddenly it went from me trying to buy it from you to you being like, "Hey, I should probably keep this," because it was like pristine, like his toy was like freaking perfect.
Yeah,
but no,
it's
it's
just missing accessories only.
yeah, but yeah, so exciting stuff for sure.
Was there any other standouts for you? Because I know like we all collect a bunch of things, so it might be hard to nail it down to just one or two. Like, is there a third or fourth out there that?
So I'll just say one other thing that really surprised me. Here's what I've been focusing on for me last year is you guys know I don't have a problem kind of trading stuff out and getting different things. It's not always the expensive stuff that is always the most impressionable. And that Black Series Dewback, I freaking love that thing. And you guys know, again, the animal companion piece. I don't use it for Star Wars. I use it with the Mythic Legions. But there was something about that toy that just at retail that really surprised me in terms of its presence and how it looks, and I think how it displays. And it was just a good reminder that that was that $60 I think when it was first out at retail before it kind of hit clearance. But I recycled the Sand Troopers and kind of resold those. So, for that value at retail, it's a great toy. And I think I kind of love using it in the displays and stuff. So another winner this year, I think that I'll just say that didn't have to cost, $200, $300, $500 to enjoy it.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's nice when you can enjoy the simpler things,
I totally agree. Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody got some standouts they want to shout out from 2018?
Well, I'll say this has really surprised me. They're fucking beautiful. Play Arts Kai stuff. I always wanted to get into them, but I was like, they're kind of pricey.
You're a size queen. That's what it is.
Huh?
You're a size queen.
Size queen?
Yeah.
I don't
they
know.
say that about women who like big things, and that sword is really big.
Oh.
Okay. You bought the figure because it has a large sword.
No. Take the sword away. It's still fucking beautiful.
No, it's nice. It's really nice.
They're so nice. Like, I was talking with both Chris and Bobby, and they, because, they both know the figures pretty well. I mean, Bobby does all the DC stuff from them, the Marvel and DC, and he's like, the Final Fantasy stuff is like, I wish I would have gotten into it back in the day. I would be all about these because it seems to be where they shine the most. And I totally see it. But as far as like, I can't really narrow down a favorite figure. I mean, I'll just say that for now. But as far as like my mentionables, I mean, we've had Storm Collectibles. They've pretty much killed everything they've done so far, even though that a lot of it's been ninjas. But the Street Fighter stuff, I love that. This latest wave of Black Series figures, out of the fucking park.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out of the park.
Nice.
And my final one will be Magic Square. Hooray to Magic Square.
Yeah. A lot of people enjoying their stuff.
Yep.
Crazy how Legends just blew up seemingly like this year. I've always been around, but it just this year, it seems like it's just been the year of Legends.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I got to mess with the Toy World Wheeljack last night, too. Mm-hmm. Jason Lowry has it. He brought it.
Nice. What do you think?
It's pretty good. His head and his forearms are a little stout, we'll say.
Like, from a quality perspective, is it Magic Square-ish?
Yeah, I would say it's somewhere in between Magic Square and Iron Factory.
Oh, okay. So pretty good.
It's pretty damn good. Yeah.
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 Interesting. That's their first, right?
Yep. It's the first one.
Nice. All right, sweet. Anybody else? Some people look at. I see Dave looking behind him.
I'm
Like,
looking
he's like,
around
I
my
gotta see what I'm
room.
gonna say.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta see what made me the most happy.
I was even looking on Instagram. I was like, what picture made me the most happy again? You know what I mean? Like, which one was it?
I'll go next.
Oh, you know what I did? Sorry, Brian. You know what I did forget? Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
I almost
as a whole.
figured that just went without saying, you know.
Fair enough. Sorry, Brian.
No problem. No problem. For me, I was going to start out with Mythic Legions. I had a moment when we it was after ToyCon. We went back to Dust House, and I brought in a couple to open. And I know what to expect for the most part, but when that Gwendolyn Heavensbrand figure, when I opened it, and I was really, really impressed with it, and then when I put her unhelmeted head on, it was just so glorious. I don't know, that thing it just blows me away, that figure. Next is the Black Series stuff this year. They have been killing it.
Yep.
They've even done some fan service with like re-releasing things that were hard to find. Like Sabine was re-released this year. I happened to find the day after Christmas a Pilot Luke, which
Nice.
I almost, for the non-carded one, right, the one that was in the box, I almost spent over $100 on that in the spring this year, right? Patience saves pockets.
Not mine. Didn't save mine.
Well, you got the 25th anniversary one. I was just talking about the boxed one.
Well, I have the boxed one too.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's any consolation, JD, the packaging is new. Like here's a FET that I got as well. So it's not.
Very nice.
They're actually marketing it as the Archive series.
Yep.
So if you want your boxed stuff to look like the old stuff, well, you're still gonna have to chase that down.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a neat thing because it still adds collector value to the original release, right?
Yep.
I want that new paint on that face. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I saw Bobby had them. I saw them. They're fucking great looking.
And they put out the bounty hunters for everyone. But the officers specifically for me, Tarkin, Piet, and Veers, I never, my wildest dreams would have been like, these are figures that I want in my collection, but they're just so awesome. I just wish they had different hands. And I can't remember if it was this year. I've been staring at this thing on my shelf for a very long time, but I don't know if it was early this year, but the Spider Noir. I don't know if this was this year or last year, but that's another one of my top favorites.
I think it was this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, that figure is getting some popularity because of the movie, because he's in the Spider-Verse movie too.
Yeah.
So people are going to hunt that figure back down because he was in the movie.
That was pretty good too.
I finally got the Iron Man in 1/12 scale that I wanted, which was Mark 7 from Figure Arts. So I was very happy to do that. And he's great. I'll keep going, but the Figure Arts Scarlett Johansson Black Widow for Infinity War, I love and hate because she has holsters but no guns, but the sculpt on her face is incredible. I have a 1/12 figure in a box back there that I haven't opened yet.
It's posted up there on the shelf.
Is that your Vader, or is that your Obi-Wan?
My Mythos Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Oh,
Vader is still at PBTS. I haven't even shipped it yet.
That's the one that looks like in between the
yeah, Brian, you gotta tell me how that figure is, because
I'm afraid to open. I was gonna open it today, but I just got involved with other things.
Do it.
Yeah, maybe we can do it after.
That figure looks cool as shit too. It's like a really good figure.
Yeah, but tops for me, and goes along with things in the community, like Gary said, was getting my first diorama that Chris helped me put together from Crashbox. I never owned diorama before, and he accommodated me with one that I can use over and over again for many different shots and different aspects of taking pictures, and of course different types of figures and stuff. So just immensely thankful to have one of those is amazing. So
nice. Anybody else, Dom? You want to go?
I purchased a lot of Hot Toys this year. It was like the year of Hot Toys for me. So I the one that stands out that I thought was probably one of my stand up ones in my collection is going to be the War Machine, the Mark I War Machine. It's just a beautiful figure.
The one from Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So
I had the fig arts of that. That shit was dope.
I was able to dished out the cash for it and did not regret it at once when I got it and I took it out, looked at it. It's like, just having him, and then I went ahead and bought pre-ordered the Mark VI, which was now pretty much hard to get. Having them two together is just has that scene, that we from that movie.
Mm-hmm. So, was this you said like this was like the year of the Hot Toys? Was this the first like year like you really got serious about collecting those pieces?
Yeah. I went all in. So thanks, Brian and Dave, for that late night. Nothing happens good after 12 midnight. So
that is the saying, right?
Toy shop after 12 midnight, after midnight, because you just make some stupid ass decisions.
Well, I remember, you and Dave bidding each other up, right, on that piece.
Yeah, on one of those pieces. Yeah.
Didn't even know it. That was great.
But I'm all in on Hot Toys. Mostly Star Wars. Like I'm just doing Star Wars, but I did pick up a lot of Iron Man, and the Marvel. I'm just piecing which characters I want to get. Like so I'm not getting every Thor. I'm not like So I picked one Thor that I liked, and that's the one I was going to go with, and that's going to be representing Thor, the character, for myself. So it just after a while, if you with all these movies that are coming out, a lot of these characters are getting repeated. Some are cool to the fact that I'm on the fence on whether to pick the Infinity War Thor. I already have. I think I went with the Dark World Thor, and then I went and I bought the Dark World Loki, and then so I just don't know whether I was going to buy any of the other Lokis. And like I said, this is the Loki that I want. And then with Thor, just with that Infinity War Thor, he just looks so fucking cool and different, completely different. He has the short hair and all that shit.
And he fucking kicks ass.
And he kicks ass in the movie. Yeah. Like that fucking final scene when he jumps in the air and just fucking comes down with the axe and just blows everybody away.
I've watched that movie like 5 or 6 times in the past week since it came on Netflix. I can't stop. It's glorious.
I remember when I bought that DVD, I was like I watched it maybe 12 times straight on repeat every night, turned it on. So it's anything else. I like Black Series, I love it. I've been collecting it from day one. I remember when those toys hit the Pilot Luke and the Darth Maul and the R2-D2 when they came out. I was like, I was debating on getting anything Star Wars because there's such a big collection. It's just a massive shit out there for Star Wars, and just to begin or go back and collecting certain things, you just don't know where to start. So when that first wave of 6-inch figures came out, I was like, you know what, this is probably a good line to get into and get that Star Wars fix. And so I started collecting that, and never looked back in regards to where they took the line and where they're taking it. So I really enjoy what they're doing. It's hard though. Like now, it's like I always have this debate with Dave, like, why the fuck if I'm collecting Star Wars Hot Toys, why am I going to collect the Black Series stuff? So,
yeah, and the artifacts stuff.
And the artifact stuff. Like, to me, it's going to be a lot of thinking this year on whether, if I continue doing Hot Toys, whether I really give up some of the 6-inch lines that I collect. It's just so hard for me to do it because the fact that there's a history of it. Like, all the finds I found in stores, all the, picking up those figures and, enjoying them from what they are. And now it's like, I got to give them up and give them away and, to sell them. And it's just going to be hard for me to do that.
If you're giving them away, I'll take them.
Yeah, I know you.
We all heard it here. He's giving them away.
Yeah.
I hear you on that, Dom. I think
like some of them like Marvel Legends is in that same pool. Like you got the hot figures in certain waves, but then you got those fucking figures that nobody wants anything to do with them. So it's hard to like even begin to start piecing that out and selling it off and everything like that, because it's just you're going to be left with some duds that you're going to have, and there's a lot of duds, and it's like I just don't like nobody's interested in buying them, so you have to figure out how to sell them. And if I was going to sell them, I would probably sell them as waves and stuff like that, and make it interesting. And but it's just a thing that I have to think about. And but like I said, in Marvel, I'm not going all in on Hot Toys. I'm just selecting a few. I bought all the die-cast. Like I'm in with the die-cast Iron Mans because they're just amazing. They retain their value. They're beautiful figures, well crafted. I'm psyched that they're doing the 7. Like they did the full 7. So the die-cast 7 is coming out later this year. So it's just going to be a whole like nice setup where you can have like Mark 1 through Mark 7 just like all listed out there like the way you have it. And they're beautiful figures. They're heavy as shit. Very not as articulated as a SH Figure Arts, but like they can strike a good pose enough, a pose enough to look intimidating on a shelf. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy them.
I feel you on the retail stuff though, like and saying like that might be hard. Do you think that might be just because you could just get a wider range of characters than you would?
That's what.
Like because Hot Toys is on a crawl. Like you're not going to get as much characters as a 6-inch line would be pushing out. And especially like that you can even say that with like some of your high end 6 inches, they tend to do a crawl where Black Series they'll push those characters out fast because they're at a $20 price point. They're pushing them out into retail and trying to get the even SH Figure Arts, you have to wait for a while to get those characters. So,
and it's a topic we've talked about before, but correct me if I'm wrong, Don, but I think it's fair. You enjoy the hunt and you end up hunting and finding a lot of stuff that you help other people out in the community quite a bit for as well.
Yeah. The hunt for me is always fun. Like I always enjoyed it. Yeah. I like, it's something that I've it's a stress reliever for me.
Yeah.
I remember speaking with Deluxe on my around 30 minutes. Go check that out. It's, all of ours. If you haven't watched all our 30 minutes, it's really great because you guys get to know us a little bit more.
I thought
good pitch. No, I'm a fan of the show.
Dude, no, that they're not a fan of the show.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
But like the thing is that like I just like it because it's just a very like I said, it's a stress reliever for me. I enjoy it. It kind of takes me from the bullshit life that all the bullshit that you have to deal with life and everything like that. So it's like puts my mind at ease and just makes me focus. And when I walk into a store and see something that I've been hunting for, it's a great feeling.
You told us your 12-inch favorite. What's your favorite 6-inch for yourself?
For myself,
yeah,
I love
this year that you bought.
The Forlong from Black Series is just an amazing figure. I like just the Bounty Hunters itself. Like it's always something that I enjoyed collecting. So just to get just when the Forlong came out and just the color and the paint on it, it's just amazing. So
through that head,
the head, it's just like it just
put it up to light. It's fucking it glows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's one of the beautiful figures that they put out.
Yeah, Night of Ren has been enjoying the Black Series too. I think he seems to be like one of his favorite lines.
And Marvel Legends have been pulling it too. Like I really enjoyed the Omega Red. Like that was a character that I always wanted. The Toy Biz was always a very high priced, and there's certain characters that I would love to get from Marvel Legends, and that was one of them. And when it came out, it was like one of the figures I always wanted to have with my Wolverine and Omega Red. I remember reading the comics when that first comic came out with their battle and everything. I just thought they just paired up really well together. So that's about it. Like I got a lot of figures. I bought a lot of shit this year, man. This was like probably the year that I bought the most. And It's probably even the year I sold the most too. So it's like I did some work. So much as I bought, I made sure that I did the work to sell, and not have to kill myself in my pockets and dig deep in. And selling on eBay is just it's a chore, because you got to. I can't tell you how many fucking trips I made to the post office, boxing shit up.
Yeah, that is a chore. But it's a cycle, man. It's a cycle. Get the stuff you don't want, get the stuff you do want. So awesome. What about you, Dave?
We're still talking about what figures we liked for 2000.
Yeah. You were looking. I was giving you time.
Dave just bought 2 more for 2019 already. So
Yo, I've actually been good, man. I haven't bought none for myself in like.
Yeah, congratulations. We're 8 hours into the new year. Great.
Wow. I mean, it goes without saying, man. I mean, I know I'm talking about a pricey toy, and it's not because of the price of it, but the Flames Toys Tarn is sick.
How sick is it, Dave?
I can't take a bad picture.
Is it really good?
As somebody that takes pics, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't take a bad picture of it. I'm working on one now, and I use you take 3 or 4 shots, you got your pick. You know what I mean? Where it comes to like other toys, you gotta kind of fuss with it a lot. You gotta find the right position for it. This one just speaks for itself. The way the light just comes off of it. It has the light up features. It's just a really good toy.
Nice.
Are you in for the Star Saber, Dave?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think so. I
gotcha.
I think I want to go that route now. Yeah. Like I'm hoping to get the reissue of the Drift 2 that originally came out, but if I can, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to pay the aftermarket price for it. But at worst, I mean, if I get out of this stuff, hopefully it retains its value and I could always resell it. I think the Tarn will be the one that I probably would never get rid of. It's just cool, badass looking. Like, it even looks good with the MMC stuff. Like, it doesn't really, it outshines it a little, but they look good. It's a little. Yeah, I mean, look, I put the other characters around him, and it stands out a little more, but it doesn't look bad together. You know what I mean? When you put him next to the original MMC, it's like, oh, okay, that's what we had before. Even though that toy was amazing when prior to this. But yeah, man, that toy is fucking awesome. Like Dom said, he's got into 1/6 scale this year. So I did a lot of backtracking on stuff. Stuff that came out, 2, 3, even 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And one was the Sideshow Rex Phase 1 and Phase 2. I wanted them both, and I got them both at a decent amount without really beating my head over for the price for them. And I still stare at them. Like, I come in the room and once in a while I'm like, yeah, like if I got rid of all these I got a lot of fucking clone troopers. If I got rid of them all, I would keep those 2, just because Rex is just Rex. He stands out alone. And then when I coincide with that stuff, I went on a whim. Like, I was on eBay high one day, fucking decided to fucking shop on eBay. I put in a bid on a quarter scale Jango Fett premium format statue, and I'm glad I did, because even though when I first got it, I was like, what the fuck am I doing with this big thing? Like, I ain't got no room for this, but I stare at it like it's next to me now. And this is probably the only toy I probably clean every few weeks, like, because it's out. It's also out. It's not protected by anything. No. But I actually take the time to clean it, because when people come in the room, they spend a few minutes on it. They're like, oh, that's fucking cool looking, It's because it's so big, details on it. They stand out. Yeah, I guess that for me, that's 3 figures, right? Fucking it made me happy. I mean, listen, we're addicts. I mean, my name speaks for itself. I'm addicted to toys, and the high that I get from a toy, like these toys, I might still be on that high. Some of them, I pull it out the box, I play with it for a week, and I put it on, I put it on the shelf, and I might come back to it a few weeks later. but it's just a few things that stand out. I got an honorable mention. I got to say Mythic Legions, because every time I get one, I got to open it, you know, and I'm talking to somebody, I forgot who it was the other day. I had a debacle because I had opened so many of them that I forgot whose weapon was where. Like, I got them all fucking screwed up. I spent a good 2 hours and I still have like 8 of them. I don't know whose weapon is what or what box it goes in. But they're fun. Like, you know, you use your imagination, you know, because, you know, everybody complains there's some fiction to it, you know, but there's no movie or, you know, book about it. You know, there's a comic I think they made, but you just use your imagination, and those characters could be whoever the fuck that you want them to be, you know?
Right.
So this dude's get today, and tomorrow he's a fucking king of some kind of fucking royalty family, and, you know, whatever it is.
I think you're right, Dave, with them particularly, and I apologize. I don't mean to like kind of roll you and cut you off, but I think that line is right, because you can not just customize them, but you can, you know, just with the pieces, you know, just do whatever you think, right, and have them fit you for, like, you know, your imagination or how in depth you want to go. And it's a different approach, because I think we're all kind of also collecting where we want like an ultimate representation of a character. Dom just said, right, do you buy the Hot Toys Vader or 6-inch? Like, I'll look at me, like I have, you know, 1 or 2 Marvel Legends Deadpool figures that are fun to mess with, but my ultimate representation is my Hot Toys Deadpool from the first movie. And I like that approach, but with the Mythic Legions, I'm not trying to get an ultimate, you know, anything. It's just each one can be unique based on how you put it together and how you pose it, you know, with what other figures and combinations of weapons. And if you swap parts, it's, you know, I don't know. It's a neat interactive line, which I think opened up a bit of a different mindset maybe in collecting versus that always what's the best representation to get.
This was Chan and I talked about this on Nerd Rage this weekend, so it was a big topic. Why and how, and, you know, it from every aspect, and it's just using your imagination.
Yeah,
We did this shit as kids, you know what I mean? Optimus Prime would beat the fuck out of He-Man, and there's Skeletor, you know, and that's the thing. You just everything.
Having an established fiction is a tricky thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these things are immune to that right now, which is great.
What are you playing with right now? You're playing with one, right?
Yes, I am. This builder I just got.
Oh, you got the one with the armor, chat.
Yeah. Tell Brian. Tell him that we win. That's the one that we got from the sale that we went all in together, because he's saying
he wasn't in that sale, so no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was,
and it wasn't that one.
No,
it wasn't that
no.
one.
There's a bare chested one. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the one that we got?
Yep.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Brian,
where'd you find that?
Keep track.
Someone had a good deal on it in a group, and I
That's
just
the one you
jumped on
got for the whatever you got it for the other day. That's a good price.
Yeah.
Good deal. You see how we're so into this shit, Jose?
Yeah.
That's a good fucking price for that one. That one's hard to get. It kind of reminds me of when I first got into like Masterpiece Transformers, and there were already like a few of them out. You know, you had to chase after an Optimus, or what was the other one that I started off with Prowl. That was my first one. I had to chase after Optimus. I was losing bids on eBay. It was like $250, I think, at the time, or some shit. Mm-hmm. And then I kept looking for characters after like the Seekers or whoever was out at the time. And it just reminds me of that, like that kind of hunting for them. Like you know you want a specific character and you keep looking for it until you find it.
Yeah. Do you think those? Well, you know, who knows if they'll ever like reissue that stuff? Hopefully, one day, and it won't be like a thing that's scarce, like some of those figures you were talking about that are going for like over 200.
Yeah, ridiculous. They got one
ridiculous,
even more. Like,
especially, you know, for the size, you know, for 6-inch, you know, things that were supposed to retail for $35. So yeah, so my stuff is it's just all transforming stuff, you know. Just some standouts of the year was that Sunstreaker. Really kind of dug that, because despite the, you know, that overly toon aesthetic, just, you know, the engineering of the figure and everything that you could do with it, it's a really nice freaking masterpiece. You know, the Unrustables, I went big on those, you know, in the last year.
You know what? No one's talking about the Unrustables in the polls at all either. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. You know, I don't know, you know, I saw people, you know, people here and there, no like mentions that I'm like in like the last few months and stuff, but still really nice pieces.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's just an original piece of like work, maybe that's what goes against it, or maybe once more pieces come out from that designer, we'll see, you know, more people be like, oh, I want those bikes. You know?
Yeah, they've been dealing with some bad press too, you know, all that other weird shit.
Yeah. That red one you got is fire.
That red one's awesome.
Yeah.
Face collecting.
Yeah, that's a really nice one.
Pew, 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 pew.
Like the Pacific Rim phase, you know, for a couple of months.
Dude, I just put them in a box today.
What you writing in the box? NJCC?
Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna sell them, but they're taking up swap space. I need swap space to move this shit around.
Yeah, I boxed them up recently too. They might just get thrown out there in the Facebook groups and stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, that I was actually surprised that Generation Toy Primal, the Optimus Primal figure that they came out with. That's a dope figure. Like, and it surprised me. Like, I didn't think I would like that one as much as I wound up liking it. Especially like the monkey mode. You know? It's pretty cool. Like nice, you know, really nice solid build, which I always hear from Generation Toy. That's like a calling card of theirs. Like their stuff is really well made. And you know, pretty nice and fun to flip back and forth. Just a nice piece, and original also. Like, you know, it's based off Primal, but you know, it's a robotic Primal, not
yeah, that's cool.
You know, animal based or anything like that. It's all mechanical, so that's pretty awesome. And then like a couple of you guys mentioned like the dioramas and stuff. You know, Chris made me a nice little street, like a Manhattan street block where, you know, scaled down like for masterpiece figures, which is really nice. And then Jason Young, man, hooked it up, gave me like a scattered waste like landscape, kind of like you know, for like the siege line stuff that I've kind of been enjoying like in this late half of the year. You know, since I'm going to be scaling back on the collecting, I'm really happy that Hasbro kind of stepped it up with that stuff, because I could kind of still like, you know, collect that and enjoy it, and then especially like with the dioramas and stuff, still kind of get an enjoyment out of collecting, since I'm not going to be collecting too many of the big pieces out there too much. So those are my honorable mentions. Pretty much like those. You know, there's so much, guys. Like you said, we collect so much. It's hard to like just pin it down. But you know, if I could say anything, I guess I could say I enjoyed that kind of stuff. And then just looking forward, you know, to a couple of pieces coming out like into the new year. Does anybody want to run it down the line? Does anybody have like one piece coming out in 2019 that you're most looking forward to that's been announced already?
I'm looking forward to that TFC, the G2 Optimus, but the camo, like they released the Optimus color one, but the camo one hasn't come out yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait. That GI Joe hybrid.
Oh,
the
GI
Joe camo. Yeah,
the G2.
Yeah, the color, the army colored one looks actually pretty dope on that.
Yeah, so like, and I've seen reviews of the figure with the Optimus one, and people are talking how great quality it is and everything. Big surprise coming from TFC, since, you know, they've been their quality and, or, you know, the basically been shit for a long time. So it's like them putting out a figure like that and seeing it in the display cabinets in TFCon, it was like you know, oh, this thing looks fucking really good. So
nice. Anybody else? I'll probably say MP44 for me, like just because
that figure.
I know I'm not gonna be getting a bunch, so that's like one that's already just been bought that I already know I'm looking forward to. It's been bought.
So it's funny that you said, Jose. So I'm actually excited to try, and look, it's not about price. It's not being cheaper or stingy on the money. For whatever reason, I like but that Magic Square Prime, right? The MP scale one, the what's it called, Dom? The guiding light or something? I can't remember, but whatever they're calling it.
You're right, something
but the MP scale, it's just something about it when I look at the comparisons between that, the MP44, that other company that has one, the Transform Element, I think. I'm kind of excited. I can't say what it is, why, but I'm excited to see that. I am excited for some of the Black Series because they have gotten really strong, and I'm sticking strict to like Clone Wars characters. So you guys mentioned some of the face printing, but that clone Commander Wolf, that was the exclusive. His like armor deco and his face sculpt, the helmet design, just I think looks awesome. And getting like a mace and a few other characters that fit that time frame in the Star Wars mythos, I'm pretty psyched for. So I think that's all pretty cool stuff to look forward to.
I'm also looking forward to those Quintessons, man. Those fucking Quintessons that we saw in that last reveal looked really good. I'd like to get a set of Quintessons and really amped up your third season fucking displays and shit like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and there's a company too. I'll just say Storm Collectibles is pretty interesting to see, and I've owned a couple of the ninjas, and I know there's a lot of discussion right of other repaints and the different colors, but it seems as if they've gotten their QC far more consistent. Because I had the first non-bloody Sub-Zero, and he had a lot of issues like ankles and wrists and hand staying in and stuff like that. And then I had a couple of the Street Fighter figures that I messed around with, and they were pretty cool. I don't have a huge affiliation with either one of those properties, but I thought the figures looked really great. And then I ended up, Dom, I got you the red ninja, right? And then I picked up the purple one just because I like the purple color, and it's like. It's the same figure. I get it. But like I said, the QC and the fit and finish just seems like really a higher level for that. So I think that company could do a lot as they fund some of the more original designs. And again,
what they need to do is reissue fucking Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and goddamn Reptile because I fucking missed out on those three, and I'm waiting for the reissue. I'm not buying those shits for fucking $220 and each, and it's just ridiculous.
I know they've got a lot of properties for the fighting games and a couple other ones they've added, but I think that'll be an exciting year to watch what they're able to do, and hopefully maintain the quality that seems that they've kind of improved upon a little bit.
Dude, I want to see them do like a Ninja Gaiden fucking figure. That'd be cool.
I was playing that shit on my emulator on the Fire TV.
Yeah, me too. That was a fucking good game, dude.
I made a Ryu out of articulated icons.
Oh, the Ryu?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Nice. Like the way some people made snake eyes and shit.
Yep.
Nice. Dope. Did everybody go? Anybody else?
I've been trying to think.
MP44.
No. I'm excited for all Optimuses that come out, actually, but
does it move a little bit, Brian? Like that type of excitement? Dave got what I was saying.
But from a Transformers perspective, though, I'm excited for a Trailbreaker.
Please.
Fans Toys, come on, or dude, even Takara. I would be really excited if they announced one, like really, because I think he actually looks good in Toon. I don't because his toy just looks so terrible. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
Stilts.
And dude, I am actually excited for a Fans Toys Blitzwing, and a Fans Toys Blitzwing specifically because. I just remember I'm looking at the Dinobots right now, and every single Dinobot of theirs that I opened, because of its size and just the aesthetic and the just the love that went into it, that Blitzwing is going to be huge, and it's going to just be it's going to have a presence as soon as you open it, and that is a feeling that I really, really want, and I don't think I've had it since I got Phoenix.
I don't want to ruin anything for you, Brian, but if Blitzwing is going to be anywhere near the quality of Hydra,
now that's what I was going to ask.
Fucking turd.
That's what I was going to ask a question. Like, having owned Hydra from Fran's Toys, is that concern and whether you're going to second guess your purchase for Blitzwing? Because
I'm not buying them.
triple changers have been a very difficult thing that to do for third parties. Like, one or so several of those features, like, vehicle modes, do suffer. Like, and I would only imagine Fans Toys to blow them out of the water and make them perfect for each mode and stand out from the rest. So I just don't know. I just feel.
I think Fans Toys is scared.
Yeah, like I think it's very difficult, and I don't have that much confidence after seeing having Hydra.
I didn't get Hydra, and nor do I care about Hydra. So
I'll sell you one.
Yeah, no way.
I'll sell you one.
No way.
Fire sale.
But other than that, I'm really not anticipating anything else really for the lines that I'm getting. I'm curious to see what comes out in the Diaclone reboot line. I just hope it's not very expensive. And and the only other thing is I would love to see a teaser for a Black Widow figure arts with the straight red hair. Which one was that? That was
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yes. That is something I'd be excited for. But other than that, man, I need my episode 3 Obi-Wan, who's already, been released, and Star Wars is coming to a close to me, and unless something really crazy happens in this movie, so I've pretty much got everything I need for Star Wars. That Emperor, I don't know. I don't know if I'm excited for it. It's almost just like something I need at this point. So.
All right.
I'm excited for like the same lines that Storm. I'm excited for everything they have slated. Magic Square. I'm excited for. They recently teased. I think it was them that teased a picture, and it was pretty much the full season 1 cast. And they did the Fans Toys thing with the silhouettes, but it looked like they were already like test shots.
Wait, who? And season 1 of what?
Magic Square.
Oh, okay.
1 Transformers.
Yeah. Now, JD, I got a question.
Sure.
That Bumblebee is from New Age, right?
The one that I have. Yeah.
So like that Bumblebee has been a standout figure for Legends. Like it's like everybody enjoys that Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Now, New Age is coming now, putting their assortment of figures coming out, like and I'm wondering how it's going to compete with Magic Square, since Magic Square came first to market, and they blew people's minds in regards to where Legends can go. I was just but one of those figures that I stand out in my Legends collection is that Bumblebee. That Bumblebee is like amazing, and I'm just so interested in seeing how New Age and what is coming out with their stuff and how well that it is and how that compares to Magic Square.
Yeah, I'm curious.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just that's
exactly
like because the only thing that New Age has put out is that Bumblebee, and just like several repaints of it, and and it's a standout figure, and it holds up to a lot of that Magic Square stuff, and it's like I just want to see what New Age stuff is going to come out this year and whether it holds up on that.
Well, we'll see. They got. I mean,
they got a couple figures coming out.
Yeah. And they have some shoes to fill. So
yeah.
If they're intending on stealing anything,
it's so interesting with Legends because there's these now new companies that are coming out. You got Magic Square, you got New Age, you got the older ones that have been doing it, like Iron Factory. But I think Iron Factory is just it's more stylized version of what they want to do, with like a more Cybertron version of those figures. So. Yeah, I think they're just a standalone. No one's going to compete with those Legends. If you're into those Legends, you're into that Cybertron feel type of that character.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your DX9 and everybody at the old timers that've been in it, and see how they all compete and where they're going to go with it, and what other new companies are going to pop up and just try to compete in that market.
Yeah, I'm also excited for. See where Black Series goes. They better give us more aliens.
Yeah.
The
Cantina.
I need Cantina aliens. I need Jabba's Palace. Just aliens. Give us some more fucking aliens.
Bid Fortuna.
Yeah, I need a bib Fortuna.
Yeah, bib Fortuna.
I really don't want to tackle that custom. It's it's a very difficult from like if I go by what other people have made, you know what I mean? It's very difficult. And even if I find my own way to do it, which I probably would, but it's very hard figure to do.
All right, so here's a quick question: is anyone in for the Sideshow 1/6 scale Jabba that's coming out? Dave or Dom?
No.
I thought about it, but right now space is my main concern. So until I figure everything out, that's gonna be on a long wait list.
Interesting. All right.
I'm trying to stay away from Sideshow stuff. Like I'm only doing Hot Toys, and at that speed, I can handle it. If I go into any other 1/6 figures, I feel like it's just going to be at a pace that I won't be able to control.
If they had a Slave Leia, Gary, like announcement, I might have that fucking Jabba on pre-order, but I'm not just gonna have that fat fuck sitting around right now. You know what I mean? Like I already have him. I already have him in a 6-inch. I have the 6-inch sitting there already. So
I went there, Dave. I went there. I made fun of myself. You see that?
It's okay. I've been good. It's a new day for the new year, Don.
New day for the new year.
I haven't made fun of you once.
Let's wait for the weekend.
It's only January 1st.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's only January 1st.
All right. So that might be a good point to wrap. Did everybody answer? Dave, did you get to answer?
Yeah, I think so. I think. What are we talking about again?
He's buying shit over there.
Yeah,
No. I'm working on photo actually.
You gonna post that up tonight?
I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I have time.
Jose, he's gonna hashtag it so he gets selected on ETR on Monday.
He might. You never know. All right, so we could wrap on that, and if you guys want, if we're all gonna hang out, I'll throw the link out to the ROC Facebook group. Anybody wants to hop in, feel free.
I have one more. So I have one more. I think it's worth. I totally forgot about, but for whatever, I'm very curious. I don't know if excited is word, but the Masterpiece Hound. I look forward to seeing what that looks like. Actually, just because I always liked that character as a kid, just in that episode with like Ravage and the key and the cane, the cage and stuff, and when he kind of like leaves it. So I'd like to see that. I didn't really like Willis when I had him, so that might be kind of cool.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
Nice. Is there a release date for that? Is that dropping anytime soon?
I have zero idea. I just remember that one picture a couple months ago.
Yeah. No pre-orders are up. No.
Yeah.
No. Right,
they're probably going to push that back after like late this year because they probably don't want to take away from like the MP Optimus that's coming out.
The Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that's
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that happening. Like I can see where they're going to be like, okay, because they showed it first, so like they're probably going to be like, oh, we'll release it at October or November.
Dude, that's a huge gap. What Sunstreaker, right? Sunstreaker was like the end of December last year, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It came out like that last week after Christmas. And we haven't gotten a new G1 figure until August of this year.
That's right.
We got 2 figures all year.
That's nuts. I mean, there's the Beast Wars stuff.
It's the Beast Wars stuff that filled the gap.
What did we get? What came out in August of this year?
I think
August of this year coming up is MP44.
And what it's Megatron.
Geez.
I think Megatron Beast Wars is coming out April, right? This year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
April.
Yeah, they did the repaints of Shockwave and Megatron in the toy colors.
Yes.
And the Diaclone of Sunstreaker. They repainted Primal. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing new.
Jesus, they need to get going here, man.
Yeah. Well, they're reissuing Primal. They're releasing the Megatron. We got the Optimus coming out, so we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us.
When was Cheetor? Was Cheetor this past year, or was it the year before?
I think that was the year before.
Year before, yeah. We got the black one this year, right? The repaint of it.
They get that one.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All
right, guys. As just run it down the line, get some where you at, and like I said, I'll throw the link out to the Facebook group. You guys can hop on in. Brian Brink, I'll start with you.
Hey, Brian Brink in the Facebook groups, at Brinklazer on Instagram. If you're in the Facebook group, look, man, the Row Bros are taking over these polls. Get out there and let's dominate some other stuff, man. Let's go, people. Let's do it.
All right.
The what are dominating?
The Row Bros, robot fans.
Oh,
It's all robots.
I think I added a category or two to each one.
I mean, I just basically want. I mean, we're nominating favorites, right? So it's not necessarily a contest, but I want people to share some of their favorites of the year, kind of broaden people's minds, you know?
I hear you. All right, Big Dom.
Find me Dominic Russo in the groups, and here Tuesday nights with these guys. And I am Lord Chumley on Xbox, so I'm Lord Chumley 50. I'm gonna start getting back into Call of Duty. I kind of napped on that for the last month and a half, but I want to pick it up and
nap while you're taking it.
Yeah, probably. But I'm gonna try to jump by. I got that. Still got to play that. Hook up my PS4 and play that Spider-Man game.
Oh yeah, I beat all the DLC.
Did you?
While on vacation, yeah. So it's totally complete.
I need time, man. There's not enough hours in a fucking day.
You need vacation, man. You need vacation.
I wish I would. You know, I need me vacation. That's what I need. I need like just me to sit down and just play some video games and just do single guy shit. You know, why can't you know, I gotta figure that shit out.
Yeah.
It's called divorce.
Oh man, JD.
We don't say that word here.
Well,
it's a dirty word. All right, Energon Addict.
Yo, find me here Tuesday nights. Looking for ways to lose weight in the next few weeks because I gotta change my diet. I gotta fucking either start working out again. I'm hoping to wait out the fucking gym. You know, maybe start with some calisthenics or something at home. Because right now, you know, you got everybody who's got those.
The gym is crowded.
Everybody got those resolutions, and the gym memberships went up and everything. You got those people just standing around talking to each other, drinking protein shakes and shit. So I'll wait a little while before I hit the gym, but I plan to do that.
Dave, why don't you just back up over there and do like 10 jumping jacks? Come on. How is he gonna do it? Oh God.
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The audio.
He's gonna come back.
He's turning around.
Oh, I only did like 6.
Good boy.
It's okay. Nice.
He's there. See, guys. See, he's committed.
That's what you
love, right?
This guy's gonna be running to work. How far is work from you, Dave? From your house?
Right now, it's about 4.5 miles.
Fucking run, Dave. Do it.
It is moving. It'll be like about a mile away soon. So.
Well, I'm 2.5, and I usually walk it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll make sure I just keep walking it.
You power walk it,
even if it's cold.
You power walk it, right?
Yeah. Yep. I do it 2.5 miles. I do it in 35 to 38 minutes. Just power walking it. So it's not bad. Not bad. It's what helps keep the weight off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be doing more stuff to take more off. So
I'm going to be taking gym selfies. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck.
I hope so. Hope so.
I'm going to do like a calf selfie, like to show off my calf.
That's a good idea, Dom. You know, this dude, right? This dude, Gary dude, who's fucking doing this fitness thing for everybody, right? There's got to be a way for us to fuck with him.
Yeah.
You know, like, Gary, you have any goals this year, like fitness wise, or?
That's actually a good question, Dave. And yeah, I think I am going to look at doing, an event possibly in the fall of 2019. So, yeah, so I think I'll keep you guys updated once I kind of figure out what event that looks like and what part of the country I think I'll be in at that point in time. So
we get those arm shots and those fucking ab crunches videos and shit.
The abs may need a little bit of work after the winter. Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
All of a sudden,
but, I'll be happy to oblige. I know Brian likes the gym selfies quite a bit when we post them. So
Great.
Yeah, his favorite. Everybody send your gym selfies to Brian.
Yeah, just send it.
He's gonna make a collage at the end of the year with them.
Do some buttocks selfies at the gym.
No, but in a serious note, and I'm gonna quit sounding so preachy and projecting stuff as it probably comes across to anyone who listens.
You don't own motivation.
Motivation is contagious. It's contagious. Look, just like some people on this panel got their collections displayed this past year, right? They set a goal, they talked about it, they did it, they got stuff set up, they put forth the work and the effort and got it done. The motivation for this challenge, I mean, it wears off on you regardless of how it ends up. It's good. So to your point, Dave, it's very selfish for me, but it is very motivating and kind of is inspiring to work on whatever goals you have for yourself too. So I think I'm going to be in for it.
Yeah.
Good to hear that.
Good. All right, let them know where you at, G.
Oh, Gary Allen on Facebook, and that's really where you'll be able to find me the best.
All right, JD.
JD Brocious in the Facebook groups. Pigment Surgery on Instagram, Xbox Live. Not that anybody really cared. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, every Tuesday here at 8. And I believe tomorrow night is a new figure banging.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
Yes.
I believe so.
Keep it rescheduled. It was rescheduled.
It got postponed last week, right? Yeah.
And keep an eye out for the Nerd Rage extras.
It's
one of the coming weeks here.
I think tomorrow we might be reviewing Statue of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Shh. You're supposed to give that away.
Check the polls if you want
to know. All right, guys. As for myself, Harrican BX all over social media. Here with these gentlemen every single Tuesday. And check out Verbally Challenged with Harrican BX on all audio platforms. Before we head out, shout out to Crashbox Customs, the official Mezco supplier to Realm of Collectors. You can visit Crashbox Customs on social media for all your Mezco and diorama needs, and be sure to mention the word Realm when placing an order for a surprise gift with your purchase. And shout out to all the other shows on the Cool Table Network and to the Realm, Plastic Fanatics, Shattercast Uncut, Beer Moses 40K, Toy Detox. Who else we got? Fresh Communication, 8 Weeks, building up to it. Stasis Lock, I think that's all of them, and us Breaking the Mold. Check all those other podcasts out on all their audio platforms, and you can check out the Cool Table page on Facebook as well. So that'll do it for us for this week, guys. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Please I'm not even drinking. But please stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys next week. All right, peace out.
So long. Bye.